Welcome to At the Nurses Station, a podcast for nurses about everything except the patients. Technically, the title of our podcast is At the Nurses Station with Kelly and Sam, but we never say that. So if you're new here, I'm Sam. And
I'm Kelly.
Yay, that's us. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I know it is noon on New Year's Day.
On New Year's Day, 2026. Man, oh man. That's not when, dear listeners, you will hear this episode, but that's what day it is today, right now. So,
do you remember when you got your first mortgage paperwork and it shows you like all of your payments like written out? Like, this is how much you're going to pay in 2026. And it's like, that's not a real year. That seems ridiculous. Do you ever feel that way?
I want to say the atomization table, but that doesn't sound right when it comes out of my mouth.
The itemization?
No, I think it's with an A, but
okay.
Yes, you're absolutely right. That idea of like, well, we're making these like master plans for like 2045. And I'm like, 2045? Who's going to be here?
Right. I know the world's not going to be here anymore. And really, like, I think back on like 2002, and that does not seem like that far away. Right. But that's like as far away as what, 2050 now?
I feel, yes, that is like, tell me you're a millennial without telling me you're a millennial when you're like, oh, 20 years ago was 1980.
Yeah,
that's right. When I say 2005, I do actually mean 2025. And I'm so sorry that half the people that I work with were not even born in 2005. So,
yeah.
Okay, well, good day. Otherwise, then you have a good New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I tried to stay up a little bit with my boys, but not really. I was just laying in bed. And then I fell asleep shortly before midnight. And then the youngest one got scared of the fireworks and climbed into bed with me shortly after midnight. And so I was stuck in the middle of the bed feeling very hot and squished.
You're the best mom, Kelly. When someone crawls into my bed, which happens once every couple years, I leave or Philip leaves. One of us leaves. There's not, no, can't, it cannot be done. We'll either go to the bed of the child that is now in our bed or to the couch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've done that before, but usually they want to get all snuggled up with me. I've tried putting them in the middle of the bed, but then it wakes Chad up and then he gets grumpy. So whatever.
Whatever. Okay. Well, we have fun stuff to talk about. Personalities. First of all, I have a concern, and that is, do you think I have multiple myeloma? I think I might.
No.
Well, of the three symptoms that I have Googled, I meet two of the three of them. One of them I sadly don't meet, and I would like to meet. So my back hurts. I've been complaining to you about this. That
yeah, you're just getting older. My back hurts every day.
Maybe. Also, I keep getting bloody noses. And that seems like it could be related to like a blood cancer disorder. Although if I'm real honest, I don't exactly know what multiple myeloma is. I don't quite understand it anyway. So I keep getting bloody noses, which they say that you can have anemia with multiple myeloma. I don't really know how bloody noses and anemia may not be the same thing. But then it says that you have a loss of appetite and you lose weight. And that's not true. That's definitely not a problem that I have.
So you're wishing for multiple myeloma.
I'm just saying.
Kind of like you wish for a tapeworm.
Yeah. So far, two of the three things are true. I have bone pain and some sort of blood problem.
I just think that you're getting older and your back hurts and it's very dry outside, which causes nosebleeds.
Well, that's much less fun. And I don't think that you can go on disability for those things.
I know. Oh my gosh. I thought I was the only one that did that. So when I think that I have a random disease, which, you know, you're a nurse, so I feel like we commonly do this, I will Google, like, can I be on disability for X, Y, and Z? Like, all right. But do I have to keep working? Because
that's the question. So it is kind of a nurse thing. Do you think all nurses are that way, or only like certain personalities of nurses are like, wait, I could have that?
I don't know. It's a good question because my husband has accused me of being a hypochondriac, but I don't think it's really that. I think it's that when we like Google symptoms, we can understand what they're saying. a little bit more. So it's like, I
Okay.
really could have this.
Hmm. I don't feel
But
like I'm a hypochondriac. I refuse to go get labs done. Like,
yeah,
there
because
are problems that I have.
that would be the answer, right?
Oh, well, that's true too. I couldn't pretend to have it. No, there are like real things, but I'm like, well, they're either going to send you to surgery or make you take a pill every day. And I don't want to do either of those two things. So I think that I'll just suffer. I
All
think
right.
that you can't do anything about it. So that was my question to you.
Well, time will tell.
So
And if 6 months from now we are going through some significant treatment with you, you're going to look back on this and say, I called it. I was right.
maybe I'll actually get a port that you can see in CT.
Oh, wouldn't that
Well,
be
there you
great?
go. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, we were going to talk about personalities on the units today. And I think there's just so much to talk about. It's so fun. But I definitely think there's always would you say hypochondriac or like something to always wrong? There's
Mm,
like the hypochondriac and the Eeyore, who
mhm.
are two different things. But I feel like I've met both of these people
Okay.
on the unit. Anyway, I
Like
think
as
that that's
staff or as patients?
oh, as staff, I don't wanna talk about
Oh,
patient. I mean, yes, of course, patients that are like, "Why were you here? I've had a headache for 8 years." Right, "And how old is your oldest?" "Cool.
right.
Well, I think we solved that problem."
Right. My favorite question to ask is what brought you in today?
Mhm.
Like what was different about today that this 3-month abdominal pain had to be figured out at 10 p.m. on a Friday?
I understand where you're coming from because that's where I live, like, 90% of the time, but sometimes I also do get it. Because I did go to, like, our ER urgent care was it Christmas? The day after Christmas? Because I got, like, a 4th bloody nose in 24 hours, and I was like, I just need you to burn the whole inside of my left nair." Like,
And they wanted to draw labs and you said no?
well, no. The good doctor was not concerned with any chronic illness. He asked me a couple of other things, just like doing a history, and I very blatantly told him that I had 0 intention of following up on any of the things that we were talking about. Um, so and he
So did
seemed
they
fine.
did they
Huh?
ablate it?
No, he said that there wasn't anything to burn, which I thought was like
Because it wasn't actively bleeding?
it was not actively bleeding at that time. It was
You
bleeding
went to
okay,
the
listen,
ER for
listen.
bloody noses when your nose wasn't bleeding?
But
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
bleeding when I decided to go. So I was taking a drink of tea, and then all of a sudden there was blood in my tea, and Philip was like, "You have to go." And I was like, "Okay." So then I changed my clothes, and by the time I got in the car, it was not dripping anymore. I think it
Mhm.
has a pulse. It, like, drips very aggressively. But
Mm,
anyway, yes, by the time I got there but I had to work the next 3 nights, and I told him, "I just need you to burn it. Burn the whole inside so that it doesn't happen again," and he said, "Well, there's nothing to burn. It must be in the other chamber," which I'm pretty sure he said posterior, but when I
mhm.
Googled that, it said that only, like, 5% of bloody noses are posterior, so that sounds weird, and it said that it's usually, like, it's a problem, like, you have, like, an anomaly. So there's
Or
that,
multiple myeloma.
or multiple myeloma, or that, like, cavernous sinus thrombosis, which is, like, lethal. So
Oh my gosh. You were a level
listen.
5. You were a
Listen
level
to
5.
me. I'm not done with this story yet.
Okay, I'm
One more
sorry.
thing happened. So then I go to work and I complained to not complained. I told our lovely charge nurse this story, and she's so sympathetic and delightful. And then I was sent off to do my CPR stuff. And then
Mhm.
guess what happened?
You got a
I
bloody
got a
nose on
bloody
a
nose
dummy.
all over the mannequin and all over the ambu bag while I'm trying to do stupid breaths on the mannequin that you have to break the neck of. So in front of adult ER people who, if you listen to this, you are much more serious individuals than we are on the pediatric side, and I love you for it, and I love working with you, but you're sometimes kind of scary. And so it was really intimidating to bleed all over the mannequin and not have anything. It was just it was an SHIT show, Kelly. If I cursed, that's what it was.
Oh
And I
my
had blood
goodness.
on my sleeve and blood all over my glove and blood all over the mannequin.
I love this story.
Multiple myeloma. I think that's the only answer.
Yep. Yep. I'm on board.
So anyway, I am an Enneagram 1. Wing 2.
So are you going to explain to everybody what that means? How are we going to go
Oh,
through this?
okay. Yeah, we can talk about that. I think, though, like the guiding principle of this episode and what I find intriguing is that I hold two things to be true at the same time. I love that at the hospital you can find like anyone for anything that you need. And maybe we could explore that more in a different episode. But like you need to learn to knit, there's that person. You need like a good hairstylist, there's probably somebody that used to be like a beautician. You are into triathlons, you can find someone for that. You're into like, I don't know. I'm just like listing off things that I'm into. But I feel like that's kind of the beauty of the hospital is
Mhm.
like you can find somebody that you instantly have a connection with because you work at the hospital. So that makes you like a certain kind of friend. I mean, immediately. And they can help you. And I think that that's really cool. I also think that only certain kinds of people thrive in the hospital setting. So,
In certain hospital settings, I
yeah, that's
think.
fair. Yeah, that's fair. Like the same kind of person doesn't, well, I don't know.
I think you have like a mom baby nurse is very different than I think a mom baby nurse is probably much different than like your trauma nurse, which is very different from your like nursing home nurse.
Do you think that it is a question of personality or a question of something else?
I think that you probably find trends in the personalities
Mm,
in certain areas. But we work with a lot of different personalities and we're all ER.
yeah, that's
But
fair.
I think that we maybe have like a similar thread. Because I know I did the I think what was it? The Big Five one?
Mhm.
You asked me to do all of these. And when I was reading them out loud, like what mine was,
Uh-huh.
there were so many people that were like, "Oh my god, that's exactly like me." That was the same as what I had scored high for.
Yeah, I did the Big 5 too, and I had it up on my computer, and, it doesn't really matter. Lots of stuff happened. So the Enneagram. The Enneagram is a personality framework that looks at why you do what you do, so core motivations, fear, coping patterns, rather than just, like, your behaviors or your likes and dislikes. I guess it focuses on inner drivers and how patterns show up in stress, growth, and relationships. So I love the Enneagram. Shout out to Andy Daisley since she's been on this podcast before. She's the one that introduced this to me. Personality tests are way fun. I love them, don't get me wrong. But they're always kind of like, you're just aggressive and mean. That was like every personality test that I ever took for my whole life. You talk too much and people don't like you. And I'm like, great.
But tell me why.
Right. Yeah. Well, but the Enneagram, I was like, yes, this is like, I'm not unhinged on purpose. Okay. I try to keep it together and I just sometimes can't. But the Enneagram, I feel like answers a lot of those questions. And a lot of it is like, this is why you behave the way that you behave. And so I really appreciated that. As a one, it's, if I get this correct, mostly based on wanting to do the right thing and the fear of like disappointing others.
Mhm.
And then not being too much for them, that like you're not worth their time or relationship. So I was like, but they're not exact opposites, right? Like your motivator isn't necessarily the opposite of what you're afraid of, which I also think is really interesting, but totally makes sense when you think about it as yourself. So you're a 2. I could talk about ones forever because I love me.
Well, no, I want you so like each Enneagram has like a title for it. So what is
Oh yeah, yeah.
the title of the one wing two? Because what's interesting is you're a one wing two and I'm a two wing one. And I think that's why we understand each other so well.
Let me see what I don't know what the title of that is. Oh, well, Google says the lawyer, the advocate, the activist, or sometimes the lawyer. Just a 1 is the reformer. I do know
Mm.
that, which is essentially like so 1 and 8 have a lot in common and are often mistyped because they're both argumentative and conflict driven. Well, maybe not driven, I don't know. I'm not an Enneagram expert, everyone, just like know this. But it's their motivation that's different. I think like an 8 like stands up for people and uses conflict in a different way. A reformer doesn't like conflict. They just want things to be the best that they can be or be the most correct. Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like you at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That you just want things to be the right way. And you know what that is, right?
I wouldn't be wrong on purpose. I just like that doesn't make any sense to me. When people say that, they're like, you just want it your way. I'm like, no, I don't. I want it done the right way. And why would I do it the wrong way on purpose? That would be crazy. So you, ma'am.
But that means that like you think that some people do things wrong on purpose.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. I don't think anybody does actually do anything wrong on purpose.
What?
Oh, like shortcuts maybe?
Yeah, like lazy people.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's true. Okay,
Selfish
so mine is I'm a 2-wing 1, so I'm the servant.
Uh-huh.
So mine means that I am concerned about other people's needs. The empathy that defines this type allows them to easily see when someone is suffering and give them a hand without saying a word. They're selfless, yet don't lose sight of their own needs. They're also quite objective and try to focus on dealing with things the best way possible.
Yeah, that's the wing 1 in you right there.
Yeah.
I do have to say, while it's sort of fun to like make faces at you when we're reading this, I have seen you do things for people that I would categorically be irritated that they even asked me to do. Like, I think one time someone texted you to drive through a coffee shop for them on your way to work because they wanted a coffee while they were at work, which if you did that out of the goodness of your heart, I think that's very kind and like not totally uncommon, right? We would do that for the unit. But to have someone ask you like, "Hey, I really want a coffee. Will you drive through?" No, I will not. Like,
well, no, that's why no one's asking you.
Well, I just thought it was very kind of you. I was like, "Oh, like Kelly really is like a servant, like really has a servant's heart. Like she's very good at that." And like it doesn't bother you. And I've seen you like give your meals to people at work just like, "Here, you didn't bring something? Here, you can have half of my meal." Like without being prompted. And so anyway, so I'm saying I see you do these things. I also see you micromanage the entire unit from first nurse. So you're not a saint, but who is?
No, and I think like you said, the risk of knowing these things about you is then you also learn like the negative sides of it because while I will do that for anyone and I do like I question like why does everybody always call me? Like why did my new foster son like call me sobbing? Why does this person call me every time something goes wrong? And it's because I have proven to them that I will drop everything, but and sometimes that's in detriment to my own well-being.
Right. So you have to be careful of that. Like, what are you when you're unhealthy? What number are you?
Oh, I don't remember that one. But basically, like the negative part of me, I think it becomes resentful. I think that's...
Yeah, but you have a number when you're unhealthy. So like a 1 when they're unhealthy. Ooh, I don't remember what we are when we're unhealthy. When we're healthy, we're a 7, which is what I married, which I actually think is reasonable. And that is the enthusiast. The busy, well, Philip's not busy, but fun-loving, spontaneous, versatile, distractible, and scattered. These are all facts of the 7 as I know them intimately.
Yeah, because you've even said that, like, I'm feeling very scattered.
I hate it. No, that's when I'm healthy.
You're healthy when you're scattered?
Well, I'm a 7 when I'm healthy, which is fun. Have you ever met me being fun?
No.
I know. Multiple myeloma. I told you I'm not well. Okay. Okay, I'm going to run through them really fast. So I'm a reformer. You're a helper. No, a 3 is an achiever, which is success-oriented, pragmatic. 4 is the individualist, sensitive and withdrawn. 5 is the investigator, intense and cerebral. 6 is the loyalist, committed and security oriented. 7 is the enthusiast, busy and fun loving. 8 is the challenger, powerful and dominating. And 9 is the peacemaker, easygoing, self-effacing. With regards to who we work with on the unit, I think we all like took this, like, oh my gosh, it must have been 4 or 5 years ago, everybody that was at work one day. And we have a lot of 2s,
Yeah.
lots of 2s,
And I
the
feel
helper.
like, and that's what I mean by, I think nursing in general draws that personality because we want to help. We want to be taking care of people. It like fills our cup.
I think that you're right. I think that there's something interesting about it, though, in the sense that maybe you are, like, the most intense 2, and we all might have a few of those types. Because when you take a test like this, you score in each category, and it's
Mhm.
just the category that you score the most in that gives you your identifier. There were a lot of 2s, but we also, interestingly, on our unit have a lot of 7s.
Mm.
Most of our, like, younger nurses are 7s, and then a handful of our charge nurses are 9s, so the peacemaker.
So go back. What was the 7?
The 7 is the enthusiast, it's like the fun
Oh,
one.
the ones that annoy us.
Ye
Like you're having
well,
too much fun.
I just they don't all annoy me at work. I wish that I could be like them,
Mm.
but yeah. We have, like, I can think of a couple of 9s who, honestly, I'm also envious of in that they just, like, are so chill. They're like,
Yeah.
"How do I just how do I make everyone happy in this problem?" And that has never that doesn't occur to me ever. I'm like,
No,
"What?"
what's the right way to do
That's
things? That
exactly like, what should we be doing? And if that makes you mad, I'm so sorry that you're wrong. I
yeah,
can't help
that's
you.
so my husband is a 9 and it
Oh.
works out very well for our marriage because when I want to help the entire world, he's like, "Okay, whatever, you do you. Like, we'll figure it out." Like, and he just kind
Oh.
of goes along with anything, but it can be very frustrating because I'm like, "No, I need you to make a decision." And 9s are not the best at like standing their ground or making a hard
Mm,
decision. They
mm.
want to kind of just get everyone's input.
It should be noted that you can only wing next to you, for anyone
Mhm.
that's not familiar with this. So this is a big circle. So a 1 can be a wing 9 or a wing 2. I am 0% 9. So there's that. I
Yeah.
have no peacemaker about me
Yeah.
in my I don't know that I've met any 6s on our unit. I don't know of any 5s. I do know of 1 3, and I thought that her and I would be the same,
Mhm.
and then she told me that when she took it, she was a 3, and I was like, "Oh, that explains some of, like." Sometimes we do things very differently, and I don't understand why she does what she does, and then she said that, and I was like, "Oh." So we love the Enneagram here on at the nurses station. There's way more to get into. You can be, what is it? A heart, a gut, or a head triad. So they all get split into 3s, which is also very interesting. What you are when you're well and unwell. And I feel like, Kelly, you and I could talk about this forever,
Mhm.
but we also wanted to talk about some of the other personality tests and personalities that we see um, flare up in the different departments. I bet if you went to the ICU, you would see a lot of investigators
Mm.
and a lot of individualists
Yeah. That would make
that,
sense.
yeah, are more and achievers. I bet the ICU is freaking stock full of people that just want to achieve crap.
Absolutely.
I happen to not be one of those people, but
So I just looked up because I was curious. I just looked up what my unhealthy Enneagram is.
oh yeah, yeah, okay.
Enneagram. And
And then,
it's the manipulator. And that makes me feel kind of
oh,
icky.
which number
And
is
like,
that?
well, it doesn't give me a number. It just
Okay,
says
okay.
when unhealthy, they don't want anyone else to be loved more than them, and so they compete with kindness to stay needed and attractive. Ugh.
They compete. Wait, compete with kindness? What is?
Yeah, which means I'm going to love on this person more than you will so that I am needed.
Oh, so that you're needed more. Okay, hold on. Let's
I think
see.
when you like find the unhealthy version of yourself, it gives you kind of that ick where it's like, oh, yeah, I know that that's happened before. And I don't
Well,
like that part of me.
I don't know where you found yours, but I'll read you the one sentence. They typically have problems with resentment and impatience, which,
Yep.
yeah.
So I
Uh,
can become manipulative and you become resentful. And now we know everything about ourselves.
okay. Oh,
That's why we
that
like these though, because I think it like, yeah, it gives you this little look into yourself that maybe some people don't want to see, right? But it's super helpful in understanding other people. And
I
especially like friends, like very close friends or spouses or coworkers. If you know what their Enneagram is, you can kind of see that behavior and why they act that way. And it's like, okay, you're just trying to be helpful. But now it's going in the wrong direction.
I mean, I feel like lots of organizations make us take these tests like periodically. There's the bird communicating one and like the color communicating one. I don't know if you ever did those. You're looking
Mm-mm.
at me weird. Okay. It doesn't matter. Like some there's the other one where you can be like people put them on the bottom of their emails and it's like I'm a historian or I'm the woo or yeah, you haven't taken this. Okay. These are all
No,
like office land things. Sometimes I feel like they're really dumb and they're not particularly helpful. Um, but I feel like you do. I felt like the Enneagram was like, "Oh, you're not just like flippant and like a princess and only care about like having fun when you come to work. Like this is just actually part of how you view the world and how you operate." And so I can not really look past it. I don't feel like that's a very honoring way to put it, but I can understand that that's just kind of who you are and what you value, and that's okay, and we can still work together and have a conversation, and you can understand that I'm not I'm not resentful and biatchy. I just really care about doing the right thing, and maybe if we understand that about each other, we can move on. So I've actually found the Enneagram to be really helpful in that
yeah.
regard. But the big five, and I do think it's fun to talk about among friends and people that you work with in the hospital where you see, as my dad and my uncle, who's gone now, used to say, everybody shows their butt. And in the hospital, there will be a moment where you will, even if
Mm,
you are the best nurse or the best doctor or the best tech, or you, are implacable in every other way, you will show your butt sometime
mhm.
and it will be funny and we'll laugh about it a few weeks later. So,
Yeah, absolutely. I love that.
okay, the big five. So, this is not Myers-Briggs. This is, yeah, just the big five. So, the big five measures personalities across five traits. The traits are openness, which is curiosity, imagination, open to new ideas or experiences. All of that sounds horrible. Conscientiousness, organization, reliability, self discipline. That I like. Extroversion, how energized are you by social interactions? Agreeableness, how cooperative and empathetic and trusting are you? And neuroticism, how strongly do you experience stress, anxiety, and emotional ups and downs? Kelly,
Yes.
how did you do on the big five? Did you pass?
Well, I think so. I mean, so my highest one, I want you to guess what my highest one was.
Um, Openness and extroversion.
No,
What?
not no. My biggest was
Agreeableness?
natural reactions.
That was not one of the categories that I said.
Yes, it was. It was the last one you just said.
Oh, neuroticism?
Oh, well, mine says natural
Okay.
reactions. I like that better. So, mine says experiences negative emotional reactions and feelings of anxiety, prone to worry, and easily upset. That's how that describes a high range scoring person.
While sitting at first nurse.
Yeah.
Um, so
Um,
I did, yeah.
my
Oh,
lowest
your lowest, okay.
was conscientiousness or work ethic.
Oh,
So
work ethic.
describing a low-scoring person says spontaneous, disorganized, prefers flexible plans, and dislikes precise details.
That doesn't sound like you.
Ah, yeah, I know. I was a little surprised by it.
Maybe in your overall life. At work, I would like to advocate for your nursing prowess that you do like precise details and, like, things are important to you.
So I want to guess what yours are.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that you're exact opposite. I think your conscientiousness is the highest.
When I took it many years ago, I was highest in neuroticism.
Oh, same as me?
Yeah, mhm.
Oh,
But when
wow.
I took it just which I do feel like these can change. I've taken this test, like, a
Mhm,
number of times. But, yes, I was highest this time in neuroticism and what was the other one? Conscientiousness.
yeah.
Mhm. I am the I used to tell people I was, like, 100% neurotic and 0% agreeable,
Mhm,
which is sort of an overstatement, but also kind of if you just needed to boil me down,
mhm.
that's probably accurate.
That actually surprises me about the neuroticism for you, because you don't seem like you feel anxious a lot of the time.
No, I'm not anxious or stressed, but I have emotional I mean, I would imagine we took 2 different versions. I like to take the Peterson version,
Mhm,
but my understanding of it is that the neuroticism part is, yeah, just how easily you react to environmental stimuli,
mm.
and I am hyper reactive and use most of my mental energy to try not to be on the outside.
Oh, yeah, makes sense. I like that. We're both like kittens, like, just constantly reacting to the world around us, like,
Yes. Yeah, I think it's probably better if you're, like, agreeable and reactive so that you don't wanna kill everything, but if
mm,
you're not agreeable and highly reactive yeah. Yeah, I think neuroticism is just, like, a word that we think of, like pop what do they call that? Pop psychology? We're like,
mm.
"Oh, you're a" mm, what's the word that I'm thinking of? When you only think of yourself? Neur neuroticism, right?
I
When
don't
you're
know.
a okay. That's what it makes me think of, is whatever that word is, but I don't think that it necessarily means the same thing. My best friend is like
Narcissist?
narcissist, that
There
like
it is.
Narcissus. Yes, that's right. Okay, yes, yes, yes. That's what I think of when I hear of neuroticism, which I guess is not the same thing, but,
I
um
hope not. I don't think I'm a narcissist, but maybe I am. I don't know.
I don't know, I watched, like, a TikTok, it was a jokey one about a narcissist rehab and all of the stuff that they went over. I was like, "Oh, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Well, yeah, that's kind of start fights and then play the victim. I may or may not do that." That is a skill of mine. Okay, so anyway, at the hospital, I feel like most of the nurses that I meet and admire or people that I work with that I'm like, "Oh, I wish I could be more like them," are actually really low in reactiveness. I don't
Mm.
feel like there's a lot of emotionally reactive people that do well in the hospital.
I disagree
Oh.
because, well, listening that both of like you and I are both reactive and extreme, I feel like, and we're both very good nurses. And when I was doing this at work, a lot of people were saying they felt the same way about this.
Oh.
I feel like there's a difference. I think when we're talking about people who like overreact or like react very quickly, we see one thing, but in reality, I think we do that internally and then it
Mm.
forces us to act. So I feel like it's probably a good thing for healthcare workers to like take in information, react very quickly, make a decision and keep going. And like we have to have this level of anxiety about us to sense the danger. What
Mm.
do you think?
Mhm. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I guess just like you said, you wouldn't have thought I was high in that. I bet that there's a lot of us walking around that try to keep the emotional responsiveness to a minimum. I guess when I think about it, I think of like there's patient care, personality, and skills. And then there's like my interaction with the people that I work with, personality and skills. And I kind of wonder if those are two different things in the sense that, like, I'm curious and open to new ideas and experiences in patient care, but not in people. No. Thank you so much. No.
Well, I mean, we've talked about this too, is like in the hospital, like we had, and here's the other thing is I took this test after we had like a couple really horrible social situations
Oh, okay.
happen in the hospital. And so my emotional response was probably already triggered as I'm taking this test.
Mm.
But I feel like when I'm at work, I like shove all those feelings real deep down so I can handle it. Like, like you have to like push down that anxiety and you're like, stay calm because that's
Yeah.
what we're here to do. But it's eventually going to erupt. And that's probably where the personality comes out, is that at some
And
point
how?
I'm going to break. And how that's going to manifest itself is being totally upset and negative emotional reactions, all the things that it's listing.
That's probably fair. Yeah, I mean, and this is who you would be no matter what you did and where you worked, but I wonder if you're probably right. You see more high people in neuroticism and high people in conscientiousness doing kind of the jobs that we do. Because, but I don't know. I bet if you just asked the wide world, do you feel like nurses are cooperative, empathetic, and trusting? They would say, "Oh yeah, that sounds like a
Mm-hmm.
nurse." I will tell you this much, any nurse worth her salt does not trust people
Mm-hmm.
because people lie.
Yep.
That's what I know. I don't know, I think and I'm trying to think of, like,
I bet if
extroverted.
I bet
Mhm.
if you asked doctors what nurses were like, they would say they're neurotic.
We should! Oh, Kelly, I work this weekend. I wonder if I could just do a survey of the doctors and and ask them what they think nurses are like. Okay, we have one more real one that we were going to talk about, and then we did take some fun ones. So did you do the Myers-Briggs?
I did.
Okay. I'm
Which
trying
I
to
had
find.
never done this one before.
Oh,
So I
really?
found it interesting. I may have like way back in the day, but so
I Yeah,
I
go
didn't
ahead.
really look into exactly what the Myers-Briggs is. So do you have like a description of
A popular self-reporting questionnaire. Okay, so it has 4 dichotomies: extroversion or introversion, sensing or intuiting, thinking or feeling, judging or perceiving.
mm,
Well, I'm just going to take just a jump off the deep end here and say I'm an introverted, ooh, sensing, feeling, judgy person.
okay. What would
Yeah.
those letters be?
That would be INFJ.
Okay.
What are
Um,
you?
and that is what you are? You said you're going to guess.
Well, because again, I took this and then I left it up, but I think that it's gone and it's a very long test. But I've
Yeah.
taken it before and I'm pretty sure I'm either an advocate. I'm either an advocate or a campaigner. I think we're the two because they have like little names to them. I took this like a while ago with someone that sent me like an even bigger one because he wanted to talk about some things that we were doing together. So, anyway.
Well, I am an extroverted, which
Oh,
surprises me because I always think of myself as introverted. And
oh,
people
okay.
think that's crazy. So I don't know. Extroverted, intuitive, feeling, and perceiving.
Extroverted. So
Yes. No, ENFP.
ENFP. You're a campaigner.
Mine says a champion.
Okay. Enthusiastic, creative, and sociable free spirits who can always find a reason to smile.
Oh, I like
Look at
that.
you go. Let's look at weaknesses. Where's that? Unfocused, disorganized, and overly accommodating. That's so dumb. That's like being on an interview and they're like, what's your greatest weakness? And you're like, I'm always on time. I'm overfeeling and oversensitive. Okay, great.
No, what's interesting,
I'm too nice.
okay, first of all, that goes very much with my Enneagram of
Yes, it does. It's
doing
very true.
one. So that's good. They're both the same. I was told in a meeting with a manager one time that my greatest weakness was that I show my like heart on my sleeves,
Yeah.
and which I do. And they said that that is usually a very positive thing, but when I go negative, I bring everyone down with me. And I was so like hurt when she told me that
Aw.
because it, hurt my little feelers, but it actually was one of the most probably the best constructive criticism I've ever had because it
Hmm.
really made me think about it. And I was like, that is so true. Because if something is affecting me negatively, I just like shut down and I don't see everyone else around me. And I like will project that negative.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
I was like,
So,
no, you do not sit quietly in your corner and just
nope.
nicely be sad.
Nope. I'm done. And I'm either going to be crying or yelling or like slamming a door. So,
And
yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily true of everyone with this personality, though.
No.
I don't know. I think that you are a big personality with of this type. And so you have the ability to bring people all the way up or all the way down. And again,
I have the power.
you have the power. We can't have a lot of you on one unit, Kelly. That's the truth of the
Mm.
matter. So thankfully, you are a rare gem because too many of you would be a bit much.
I don't even know if there is anyone like me.
Okay. Okay. I love that, like, your manager's so nice. You just wear your heart on your sleeve, but sometimes you can also bring people down with you. I also got in an annual review, which was, it's not that you say things, Sam, it's just the look on your face. Cool. Great.
Let me go home and work on that in the mirror.
Just yeah, go fix that up for you. Oh, I do feel like the Myers-Briggs is, like, difficult and confusing and, like, less fun, and since there's 16 of them,
Mhm.
I'm sure that there's a lot on our unit, but I do when you just look at, like, the different qualifiers, I wonder, about the introversion and extroversion and the play of that on the unit. Because when we've talked about before, like, finding a place that you can work for a long time, right, is not only the work that you do, but the fit with the people.
Mhm.
I think it would be interesting to do maybe more of, like, a big study throughout the hospital and see, do people really correlate and, like, find, like, personality people? Or do you find that you have, like, 1 or 2 Kellys on every unit and well, like, truly, because you couldn't have a bunch of them, right? Or,
Right,
like,
one
you
of us is
yeah.
gonna push the other one out.
I mean, sort of true, like, you can't have a bunch of alpha monkeys or whatever in one, like, little horde. Um,
Are you calling me an alpha monkey?
I don't know, the cubs have to go out of the nest. I'm not sure what analogy I'm looking for here, but, you know, when you look at, like, a unit, you're like, "Oh, well, we're ER nurses are all, like, Wild West people," right? And it's like, well,
Mm,
to some extent, yes, but that's almost like our survival tactics. I think if you look underneath, you actually have to have, like, a really complex, what would you say, like, mix of all of
yeah,
these different things that we've talked about to make it run well and to have people be happy on their unit. You could still do a
yeah.
good job in patient care, but no one would like being there. So,
Yeah, I mean, just think about, like, when we have a bad trauma come in, you need someone that is very good at sitting in the corner and observing and charting everything. If you
mm,
don't have that person, it doesn't go as well.
yeah.
You also need a very strong bedside nurse. You also need a very strong, like, charge nurse who is staying out of the room and taking care of everything else. And I feel like if you find, like, a good mix of personalities, it really makes everything run better. You can't have 5 of me because I'm gonna be too scattered. I'm
I
going to
think you
want
could
to
have
be in
5
one
of
spot.
me because we would all make the same decision, and so it would probably be fine.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah, of course. It would not be fun, just to be clear, but it would be fine. Well, and I think also it is like a fluid thing because you might be the charge nurse in that one situation, which means everybody kind of alters and pivots a little bit to from what their maybe natural tendencies would be to fill in the gaps and be a better bedside nurse or be a better like taking care of the floor while everyone's in the trauma. And that might be different if you have maybe a 9 who is the charge nurse at that time who's more of a peacemaker. You might find that you have a stronger personality at the bedside
Mhm.
filling in that gap. And so it does kind of all move a little bit, but I think what's nice about knowing it is we can, and I think we do it just unintentionally because
Mhm.
we're all working towards the same goal, which makes all the difference in the world, of course.
Yeah. What
So,
would be interesting is, there's those few times where we come on and we're like, "Oh my gosh, it's the dream team."
yeah, yeah.
Like, when you know what I'm talking about, when there's, like,
Mhm.
5 nurses, 2 providers on, and you look around and you're like, "Oh my gosh, we can do anything."
Yes.
And I think what would be interesting is seeing what that group of personalities is, because
Mm,
they're not all the same. Like, you and I are not the same, but we work very well together.
yeah, yeah. Which I think this happened a few months ago, and we did take some personality tests while that was happening. We just didn't take any of the serious ones, which maybe we could wrap
Right.
up with
With "What's your Hogwarts house?"
the super disappointing test that I am really upset about. But go ahead, Kelly, what house are you in?
So, we decided that we all needed to see what our Harry Potter, house and, Patronus
Patronus, that's right.
was. Yes, and shockingly, I know, I'm not shocked, I'm a
No.
Hufflepuff,
Oh, I thought
which
you were
is
in Gryffindor.
no, I'm the kind one. I'm the kind
Oh,
helper, I'm the badger.
I'm the Badger. Okay. Well, I think that Gryffindor is the coolest house, and if you're gonna be in a house, it has to be in Gryffindor, it seems to me.
I disagree.
Well, I'm a Ravenclaw, and I'm real disappointed about it. I don't like birds, and I wanna be a Gryffindor.
Well,
So,
yeah, but you're not. So, you're just gonna have to
all
accept that about yourself and move on.
all the
Um,
cool kids are in Gryffindor.
I was
Yeah.
shocked that because we made Dr. Rochelle take this test,
Yes, we
and
did.
he's a Hufflepuff, which was shocking to me.
You keep saying you're saying that Hufflepuffs are, like, nice or whatever, but I was told that Hufflepuffs are, like, the athletic ones too, so it actually doesn't surprise me.
Well,
'Cause
okay.
someone else was Hufflepuff, and they were like, "Of course I'm a Hufflepuff," and I was like, "Oh."
I don't think so. Okay, so Hufflepuffs are defined by core values of hard work, loyalty, patience, and fair play.
So that's kind of
Valuing
s
valuing inclusivity, decency, and dedication over individual brilliance or ambition, making them dependable, kind, and often nurturing figures who stand up fiercely for their friends.
yawn.
Ha! That's who I am.
That's who you are. Well, great. Delightful. I wanted to be a Gryffindor,
You
and
also very much wanted a unicorn,
I
Patronus, I
got
believe?
close. I got
You got a
close.
you got a Pegasus, right?
No, I got a winged horse. It did not say Pegasus. Listen, I'm just telling you what it said. I think Pegasus is a proper noun. Pegasus is a very specific winged horse from Greek mythology. It is not
Okay,
a classification of animal.
okay.
Okay.
My I was a little disappointed in my Patronus, but once I researched it, it was very rare, so I feel better about it.
Oh my word.
It's a
Y
gray dappled stag.
Does every one of your children get an award for just walking outside of the house too? Like, "Oh, good job, you guys."
No, not at all. Uh, but we
Yeah.
did have fun with one of our good friends at, work who will listen to this because she listens to everything.
Does she really?
Yeah, and
Oh,
she was
okay.
a badger
Yeah.
or right? Or
No.
weasel, a
She's a
weasel.
weasel.
Her Patronus was the wise weasel, and so we went on to write an entire poem about the wise weasel and posted it in our bathroom and all over our unit for
Yeah,
her.
so if you
And
don't know what hospital we work at and you see that, you will surely know now, that we work with you. Okay, wait, but we're not done. Did you take the Harry Potter personality test?
no, I didn't know there was one. You just told me to take the Harry Potter test.
Okay, well, I'm Harry Potter, which is mostly just what I wanted to tell you, so I'm the
Oh,
main character.
I would not think of anything else. I think I would probably be like Luna Lovegood,
Oh, I do love Luna, though. I mean, honestly, if I
who
could be
is a
someone
Hufflepuff, I believe.
you can't have everything.
Well, neither can you, Harry.
There's something about Luna in the fact that she sees everything clearly and, like, the symbolism of that, I just absolutely love.
Yeah, she's the
So,
best.
I like her. Okay, I think that was were we gonna I don't remember that I took any other tests.
No, we had talked about like a Dungeons and Dragons like character, but that
Oh, yeah.
seemed way too complex for me to figure out. And so I
That's
said,
fair.
no, I'm not doing that. But I did just finish watching all of Stranger Things and it was just so amazing. I loved it.
Really? I've never seen a single episode.
But Philip loves D&D, right?
It's making things that he likes too popular, and we just can't have that. So,
Well, okay, Philip.
he's been playing D&D since a long time ago. I don't know when, but
All right.
I
That's
know,
fine.
I don't know. It's fine. But no, I've never seen it. What have I been watching? Emily in Paris.
No, I haven't seen that.
It's
Is it
such a
good?
horrible show. The plot is horrible. It's just Gossip Girl dressed up in Europe, but it's very beautiful to watch and very pretty and yeah.
And
And
you want
they
to wear the
speak
dresses?
no, I would look horrible in those things, but they speak French and Italian and it's very just light and nice. Okay, do you have
Well, on that
questions?
line,
Okay,
I
yeah.
do have a first question for our pulse check.
Okay.
If you had to live inside a reality TV show for a month, which would you choose?
Well, given that I don't have a long time to think about this, so I might come back. Off the jump, I'm gonna say Downton Abbey.
That's not a reality show.
Oh, a reality oh. I
I mean,
thought, like,
yeah, I would live there too.
it could be
But
reality for me. I don't know, what are like, I can't even think of a reality
so
TV
like
show.
The Greatest Race or The Real Housewives.
So, like, I could be a contestant?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a reality show, right? Like Alone, Naked and Afraid.
Oh,
I want to see
no.
you on Naked and Afraid.
Are you there's no way. I honestly, clothes serve like a social purpose, but they also like all of your little bits and pieces just out in the world to be touched by anything. Like that sounds so stressful. I do not like it at all. I would do the Amazing Race with you. Do you want to do the Amazing? Do
Yeah,
they still do that?
I was actually thinking that. Yes, they do. And my cousin, he lives in LA and he's a videographer. And he has worked on multiple seasons of The Amazing Race, so I could never be on it. Um, but he has like,
Okay.
but he tells me all about it and like how it is like truly a real reality show. Like some of them are like fake, like on Naked and Afraid, they'll actually like give you granola bars and stuff like that, like if you're starving. But The Amazing Race, like he gets to like, they get paired up with one couple or pair,
Yeah, team.
and that videographer follows them all over the world and all this stuff. So he's gotten to do that multiple times and I was like, I want to do that.
I want to do that one or Wipeout. I would love to give Wipeout a try. It just seems so unhinged and fun.
I would not, I would get hurt
Well,
for sure.
maybe your back doesn't really hurt. Maybe you also have I'm just gonna call it MM. Maybe
Well,
you have the MM.
no, I think that I have psoriatic arthritis right
Oh.
now. That's what I think.
Well, what would you be on, The Amazing Race? What are you? Real
Yeah.
Housewives of
No,
wherever?
I would do The Amazing Race, I think.
I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the
Unless they
British.
sometime come up with a nursing reality show for skills. I mean, come on.
Nah.
Somebody do it.
No, I wanna do something
Time
else,
me.
like,
Time me.
time me.
Time me putting in an IV or an IO or
But
an
what if
infant
we
calf.
used our nursing skills, but in some other function? Like, I really just want, like, all of us to be dropped into, like, a Taco Bell. Watch us run Taco Bell, you guys. We could do it. Because
I
everything
feel
is
like we're
nursing.
gonna start lines on everybody in Taco Bell because they have all diarrhea from the food.
No! Gross. No. I would also be on the Great British Bake Off. That's the other one
Oh,
I would
yeah,
do.
no.
Okay, what is the hardest parenting lesson to learn as a parent, and what has been the hardest lesson to teach your children?
Ooh, I don't like that.
Okay, we could
Well, I'm
take a
gonna
break.
say the hardest lesson to learn, which I learn every day, is that I will constantly question my decisions and I will constantly make bad decisions. And I don't like that.
As a parent?
Yeah.
Mm, okay.
But that's just a reality, is that I
Yeah.
will continuously make bad decisions.
I'm sorry, Kelly. Can I encourage you in this in some way?
I know. Well, I have a 14-year-old boy right now that's not being nice to me, and he makes me feel like I'm
Oh,
a bad mom.
you're not.
And the hardest thing to teach my children,
Yeah, so far.
I think it's to I have a couple things. Like number 1, I really struggle to teach them to like look outside themselves and like see the world around them and get past like the selfishness of being a child.
Mm,
But also like with my older kids, like with my daughter and now with my foster son that's living with us, is preparing for independence.
mm.
And it's really hard. It's harder than you think because it's so much easier to just do it for them or like tell them
Oh.
the answer, but like letting as they get older, letting them make mistakes and learn from their mistakes is really hard.
Mm. No,
That's a
I agree.
serious question, Sam. I don't like that one.
I was just thinking you come up with funny questions on the fly, and I have to write down what I think about in the shower to ask you later because you're not there. So here we go.
Well, what's your answer?
I think the hardest parenting lesson for me to learn, you could like view it either way. Like you're not going to die on every hill, and like some things just have to be let go. Like
Mm,
that is just very difficult for me to like I've said it, we've talked about this. Why do I have to keep addressing this? Why do we have to keep doing this? Why do I have to keep arguing about this? So learning to let little things go in the interest of bigger things is very difficult for me. And then I would say the hardest thing to teach, well, I do agree with you. Like every kid, I have a kid that like is not very gritty, and I have a kid that is a procrastinator, and then I kind of have a kid who wants to fly the coop very early. So they all have different things that I'm trying to teach them, but teaching them to read. I'm gonna go with that. Reading and writing have been the most difficult things in this
really?
world.
Mm,
It is I can't tell the amount of times I have said, "Straight line down." We're gonna
mm.
start with a straight line down. Straight
Do you
line
know
down.
what's horrible is all my children have horrible penmanship, and it
Uh-uh.
drives me up the wall because I had beautiful penmanship, and I think I blame
You
because
did.
I'm amazing, I blame the public school systems. Dang it, because they don't push that anymore, and I bet you
Uh,
do. So, good for you.
no, they have my eldest has horrible penmanship because I just got, like, tired of it, so, but that was hard. No, I mean, I do think for them being at home all of the time, trying to teach them that, like I don't know how do you explain it. I don't wanna say family first, but because they're around their brothers all of the time, like, not any they wanna play with, like, a neighbor kid, and the neighbor kid only wants to play with one of them, and so
Mm,
they're okay with, like, a different one kind of being shunned from the group and, like, not seeing themselves as, like, one unit and seeing each other as their best friend. I
mhm.
really, like, want that cultivated in them, and so it's kind of hard to force that, and
See, and I
yeah.
just teach my kids shun away.
Each other? What?
Yeah, if a neighbor kid wants to play with just one of them, I'm like, "Well, yeah, he's the best one. So, go find somebody else to play with."
No. No.
I don't say it like that, but
I mean, I
almost.
don't make them all play all together, but I'm like, "Well, was he being mean and to your brother?" "Well, I mean, yeah." "Well, then punch him. You don't let someone be mean to your brother, like, that's silly. Stop
That's true.
that."
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, what do you have another one?
Yeah. What was the most pointless thing you spent your time on this year?
This podcast? No.
For our whole 50 viewers an episode.
That guy, listeners will have to tell you about a meeting that we had at some point where we were told, not in too many words, that we are definitely not up to the average amount of viewers.
But we love each and every one of you.
Yes,
We
we
don't
sure do.
care.
That's
Yeah.
right. And you know what? We turned them down and said, nah, nah.
We're not going to give you
Um,
money.
the most pointless thing I spent my time, oh my gosh, Kelly, I'm sure that there were so many things. I'm like
Right?
trying to decide, probably cleaning the car, because that seems like an unwinnable task.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine that any second or dollar that I've spent in that endeavor has really paid off in any way sustainable.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know what mine would be. I feel like most of my day is pointless all the time, but it's not.
What?
Don't you just live like the same, like, I don't know, as like a mom, I feel like I just live the same day over and over and over again. And sometimes it just feels so pointless.
No, but you taught me how to have a free day the other day, and I thought about that. I did
Yay.
yesterday. Yep. I just bebopped around the house, and I did do a little bit of work, but it was stuff that I wanted to do. And then I put away a puzzle that I had been failing at and busted out another puzzle that I finished.
Oh,
So
I love it.
it was nice. Yeah. And that was all I
Yeah.
did.
I think probably the most pointless thing is worry. Like just all the effort and time that you put into like worrying
Mm,
about life in the future, and it's never going to change anything anyway, so
that's true. Do we want to talk about New Year's resolutions or anything, or do you want to do a last question?
I'll tell you that I don't have one.
Okay. Cool. Great.
Do you do New Year's resolutions?
Do you know what? It's so much pressure that I really hate having one. It
Yeah.
like makes me so, I guess, probably anxious is
Mhm.
the right word. I'm like, oh no, I can't eat sugar for 30 days, or I'm gonna, but I think what I'm gonna do, last year, I did not wake up to an alarm clock because I was tired of it. So I let
Mhm.
myself just not, unless I had like somewhere to be on that like specific day, like something that I had to do. Otherwise, I was like, you know what? My kids are old enough that if they miss breakfast, it doesn't matter.
That's on them.
And yeah, and unless we have like somewhere that we have to be in the morning, I'm just gonna sleep until I get up and not like stress over it. So this year, I'm gonna try to set an alarm and be up. And now that I've had a year, what? What?
I was like, "Good for you. That's amazing. You should just live your life like that." And then you're like, "But
No.
so now I'm gonna totally go back to the other way."
I had a year of freedom and it was very nice. And so now I'm going to try to be more productive in the mornings and not
Oh,
wait until 11 o'clock to do anything. So
yeah. I wish I could say that because I don't get up until like 11 unless I have to, which is ridiculous behavior. I could get so much more done, but I just really like to sleep. And with my psoriatic arthritis,
oh,
I'm
yeah, okay.
tired all the time.
Did you know, listeners, that we're nurses that work weird shifts and we're tired a lot? Like, I feel like I have to tell that to people all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Um,
I felt so amazing after doing the Whole30 a few months ago, and,
oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
now I'm back to just eating crap. So me and my girlfriend, we're gonna do it again when I get back from Mexico.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, don't do that before Mexico. Okay, I have some other low-key questions, but I'll save them for next time, because
Alright.
I think we've pretty much hit our quota, probably of memory on our server. But this was, At the Nurses Station with Kelly and Sam. Happy New Year. Thanks for sticking with us. We do really appreciate and love all of you guys, and, this is just something fun that we do, so thanks for hanging with us. We'll save you a seat.
Bye. Hey guys, this is Kelly from At the Nurses Station. Sam and I would like to remind you that the views and opinions expressed on this podcast are strictly our own and do not in any way reflect the position of our employers. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only and in no way should be considered medical advice. As always, consult a qualified medical provider for questions regarding your health or medical conditions. We hope you had fun listening to us today, and we'll see you next time at the Nurses Station.